Hi there, my name is Noel, and I teach meditation to adults, teens, and children. This video is aimed at teenagers and beginners, and in it we will explore how meditation can be said to be both very old and very new at the same time. So, let's get started. Meditation can be said to be very new in that it has become really popular around the world in recent years, mainly as a core practice of mindfulness. I think almost everyone nowadays will have heard of mindfulness. Indeed, some of you may already practice it. I welcome the popularity of mindfulness because it opens a door for other traditions, and it allows us to talk about the Christian tradition of meditation to a wide audience. Meditation is, in fact, a very ancient practice going back thousands of years. All the major religions of the world have practiced meditation, and Christianity has a tradition of meditation that can be traced back to the early years of the church and to the sayings of Jesus. We can say that meditation is a universal practice. In other words, the practice of sitting in silence, still in body and mind, is found across all of the major wisdom and religious traditions of the world. While they have much in common, they vary in their practice and in their intention. They all acknowledge that sitting in silence gives rise to human flourishing, individually and collectively. And they all agree that meditation is challenging because the human mind is very prone to distraction and is so easily drawn away from the intention to be still in body and mind. And all of these traditions agree that we need to focus on something else in order to draw our attention away from the persistence of thought. Now, they vary in how they recommend we deal with that challenge of persistent distraction. Some traditions recommend that we draw attention to the breath, but the Christian tradition recommends instead that we focus on a word. John Main, who recovered the practice of meditation in the Christian tradition in the 1970s, he suggested that it's good to use a word from our own faith tradition. And he recommended the word Maranatha. Now, that's an Aramaic word, the language that Jesus spoke, and it can mean "Come, Lord," or "The Lord has come." Intention is important in meditation. You see, Christians meditate not for the practical, pragmatic benefits it brings, although they are wonderful and are to be welcomed, but Christians meditate simply to be still and silent in God's presence. Ultimately, Christian meditation is seen as a very deep form of prayer. We believe that when we enter the deep silence of meditation, we leave ourselves open and vulnerable to communion with God, but at a level of consciousness that is deeper than ordinary self-consciousness. Now, we usually think of prayer as talking to God, praying for our own well-being and that of others, and expressing gratitude for all that life has brought us. But meditation is a deeper form of prayer. It doesn't replace other forms of prayer, but it deepens our experience of all prayer. In the Christian tradition, meditation is seen as a silent, imageless, wordless form of prayer. We let go of all words and thoughts and images and simply be in God's presence. As Christians, we have faith that meditation is more than a time of peace and quiet, but it is a practice that slowly but surely transforms us. While initially we may see meditation as a place within ourselves that we retreat to when we meditate, over time we come to realize that in fact it becomes the place from which we can live our lives. It changes our way of seeing reality, and we develop a new appreciation for the interconnectedness of all people and all of creation. And that changes our way of being in the world. I invite you now to spend some time in the stillness and silence of meditation, where you can discover this truth for yourself.